Bitcoin is on an absolute moon mission, you guys, and I'm excited to say that my classic Stuber fib setup down here ended up catching this move beautifully, and I actually saw that a few others in the Discord pointed it out as well. So I'm super pumped to see that my streams and posts in the group seem to be helping people catch some nice moves. And to be completely honest, you guys, I did not play that entry looking for a move like this. However, in every stream, I always talk about reasons why I'm quick to close part of my position, but always willing to leave the second half run in case we catch a runner like this. I'm never banking on a home run trade on entry, but I'm always leaving some on the table in case we hit one, right? So at the time of recording, this position is sitting around a 470% profit since it is a classic DGen 69X long. I only have about 10% running at this point, though, as I've obviously been nibbling out some profits each pump along the way at this point. So at this point, it's kind of hard to say what's going to happen. I'm really not interested in shorting right now, you guys. I'm actually going to talk about some pretty interesting signals on a longer time frame here and why I just don't see myself shorting too aggressively in the, I guess, in the next little while here. I'm okay to maybe I'll scalp the odd setup or something like that to quickly get out, but for the most part, I'm interested in longing pullbacks at this point in the market cycle, you guys. I know I was considering possibilities that we might be ending up seeing a big correction soon. And yes, absolutely, at any point that is absolutely possible that we do see some sort of a crazy retracement. But at this point, the market structure just isn't showing it yet. So until that happens, I'm not going to say that, oh, I think this is pumped too much and therefore it's time to short. That's not how trading works, you guys. So just hopping back over to the 5 minute. Yeah, like I said, we had our perfect Stuber fib setup. We just set a series of lower lows. This is really micro-analyzing the trend here, but as soon as we broke that lower high structure here on the immediate trend here, then we got our pullback to the 786, 886 pocket there, and boom, what an entry, you guys. I know I talk about that in pretty much every stream. So at this point, we've just been seeing breakout after breakout, just a very minimal consolidation, something like this. All that's doing for me, you guys, on this move here is just showing that as soon as we ended up breaking this high, that's where we now have a new confirmed higher low. And then obviously we end up breaking this high, so we have a new confirmed higher low. Just end up, and you know, even at this point, we're just kind of creating some, technically speaking, have closed higher than this. So I'm just looking at the bottom of this range we're currently at as our higher low at this point. So this is not something that I'm interested in just taking a random short at, as I mentioned. I would consider if, let's say, we get some sort of a break of this structure, pull back up, hit something probably around somewhere in here. If we were to pull a Fibonacci here, if we get that structure break and then our bounce, I would be considering taking a little bit of a hedge short, but honestly, if I do, it's going to be small because I don't have a lot of faith right now. If anything, I'm seeing maybe some sort of a little pullback, either a fake out where we just carry on higher, or, you know, even that we do get a short-lived pullback. But I mean, Bitcoin has done a job. I mean, today, even though it was fairly straight up, there was these little pockets of consolidation. So at least there is a little bit of support built on the way. But I want to get more into the longer time frames here, specifically the weekly chart. I know I've mentioned this on a few streams as well. Something that, you know, obviously nothing has to happen again. Anything can happen in the market cycle, and the market doesn't give a shit what my opinion is and where I think it's going. But something that is worth at least considering here, you guys, and I know a lot of you guys will remember I was talking about that $48,000 target because it was the 618. I was talking about that for over a year. And something else that I had mentioned with that is that if we get weekly closes above that level, I'm going to be extremely bullish. And although, I mean, I'm a little concerned right now because I don't really want to believe how bullish I was thinking about taking this signal. I have to consider the possibilities that this is going to absolutely rocket ship. And obviously it does not have to happen. This is not financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinion. opinions. But I just want to mention and show what happened previously in market cycles or big market moves on the weekly chart when we have got those weekly candles breaking above that level. I mean, here, this would be last market cycle. Yeah, we had a big retracement after that 618 retest. We got that candle body close above, and it was straight parabolic run to the upside. This market cycle before that, again, big correction at the 618. As soon as we got that candle close, the weekly close above the 618, yeah, we came back and retested it a few weeks later, but then again, straight parabolic from there. What do we have? This little consolidation here even. Just pulling basically this little range we had here. As soon as we got that weekly close above the 618, boom, straight to the upside. What do we have back here? Just the beginning of time for Bitcoin here, basically. As soon as we got that weekly candle close above that level, yeah, again, we pulled back for a couple weeks, but then it was just absolute rocket ship. So again, guys, obviously nothing has to happen, and it does not have to happen again, but I have to at least take this a little bit serious. I think there is some significance there. Again, do your own research, but that's just something that I have to give a lot of credit to the bulls at this point in time. The fact that even if we do see some sort of a retrace at this point, just again, going to basic market structure, right? We broke above this high here. We now have this confirmed higher low. This is beautiful, healthy structure. We're just staircasing higher. At this point, it's just looking like we held that resistance as support. I mean, we never even quite came down and tested it. So either, yeah, maybe we will yet, or maybe the market's just too excited and we're just, just front running some of these important levels. But this red box down here, I mean, even if we drop all the way down here, that's 38.5 thousand. That's still on the weekly chart. That's the kind of the higher low of this trend here. Yeah, if we get a weekly close above this level, then you know what? I'm actually going to move that higher low. Right now, we're obviously trying to break that. If we do get a candle body close above this level, this is kind of the level I'd be looking at for invalidation that, hey, maybe a correction's coming. But at this point, it's not there yet for me until we get this weekly close. But like I said, guys, this close above the 618, I have to say that's a very bullish signal in my opinion. And even if the next month is a little bit choppy, and you know, if we do just pump for another week or two, it would be actually quite funny if we end up testing the Stuber fibs on a larger time frame. But if we see that level and then pull back and get something like this, you are going to see people thinking that they shorted the very top and that we are going right back down to these levels here. I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to be a short-lived pullback if we do get it at these higher fibs. Obviously, again, guys, anything can happen. This is just theories at this point. I'm playing the shorter time frames anyways, but I have to at least take a look at the longer time frame and be open to the possibilities, because you guys know I was calling for, not even calling for lower prices yet, just I was saying proceed with caution as we were getting to these levels. But you know what? The market structure is saying that we're still just going higher. So I'm a big believer in just reading charts. I don't give a shit about fundamentals or anything like that. You guys know that. So just reading the charts, we're just still staircasing higher. So not something I really want to bet against. I mean, the trend is your friend until the end, right? So as it stands right now, I don't want to bet against this train at this point. So I did also want to look at a few altcoins. I had a few altcoin requests. So I want to take a quick look at NEAR. Something that I want to just warn to proceed with caution is, again, just looking at my Stuber fib pocket here, the 786886. This is pulled the opposite direction, obviously, looking for resistance because we are getting near the top of this little area here. I mean, the thing is, I think the market cycle is in a very nice spot. I think the market itself is in a very nice spot. So even if there is some sort of crazy pullback, I just really don't see these altcoins just getting absolutely nuked anymore. I mean, yeah, it's absolutely possible, but I mean, it's important to be cautious of these levels. Like, I wouldn't be throwing leverage longs at this point, just because we are testing that important resistance level. I mean, now that we had this big breakout, obviously there is all these, higher up resistance levels. Even something like this would be something to watch for our next target if we do get a pump out, break these highs here. Wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of a reaction at these other resistance levels. But if the market cycle is going to move forward and we are just going to keep staircasing higher, I mean, you can see that there's big gaps in some of these charts, right? I mean, if we do break resistance levels like that, I mean, where's our next one? Up there? Where's our next one? I mean, we're looking at more targets closer to these levels. I mean, those are some big, juicy gaps when we had our bear market and we were full sending to the downside. So, I mean, there's just not a lot of structure at those levels. Like, yeah, obviously we trade at those levels a little bit, but when you have these big immediate drops like that, I mean, quite often those prices fill. So, yeah. So I guess my thoughts on near, I don't want to bet against it because, I mean, momentum is on the side of the bulls right now, but just something to be a little bit cautious about. We are trading into those resistance fibs, so just something to be a little cautious of there. Potential reversal warning, but again, we do have trend support here. W is still trending to the upside as well on the hourly chart, which is nice to see. Ultra has just absolutely exploded recently since it had this little breakout. Actually, this is just a beautiful wedge pattern that we ended up breaking. Got that perfect retest, and then not just that wedge retest, but again, just looking at basic market structure, right? I mean, we were just setting a series of lower highs, and then eventually we ended up breaking that lower high structure, and then it was just, again, just straight moonshot on this coin. That was, what kind of a pump was that from? Even from when we retested this flip, that's about 115%. Even just from this immediate breakout, though, I mean, this thing has gone up 100%. So the price has doubled. Absolutely insane. This is on the 4-hour chart, you guys. Just bringing up a couple indicators. Something that's great to see here with Ultra is on the 4-hour, still have these W's trending to the upside. Love to see that. As well, we have the core trend indicator here showing support basically where we're at right now. The trend collection indicator also showing support even a little bit lower. So obviously, much like a lot of altcoins in the space right now, momentum definitely favoring the bulls at this point. And another thing I wanted to talk about, just another one of my favorite, just when I use the the trend collection indicator. One of the strategies I talk about in the Discord quite often are that I like to notice which way signals are trending, and this is one of those times as well where we had the higher buy signal, so a very bullish signal there as well to go with this pump. So absolutely beautiful. Eng, I have talked about quite a bit in my streams recently, you guys. I cannot speak highly enough about this chart. I mean, again, I am not a fundamental guy. I know nothing of this project or if it has anything on the go, if it has any hype behind it. But just as far as the chart goes, in my opinion, this is just beautiful. I mean, right back to like where we're bottoming out right now, this green box here. I mean, just look at that beautiful resistance structure from our previous market cycle, and we came back down to these levels, and look, that's exactly where the price ended up finding support, bottoming out for this market cycle. On top of that, we had this beautiful downtrend, once again a massive wedge on the daily chart, over a year and a half old, beautiful, accurate resistance respect touches on this line, and then same on the flip side. When we flip this resistance into support, absolutely perfectly, you can see that we tested it pinpoint accurate there as well, lining up beautifully with this old range here, just building some support at this level. That's where we tested it from when dropping from the upside as well. You guys, let's just take a look at where the Fibonacci's line up from where we bottomed out to where we retraced from. Boom. That is a perfect 786 touch point, which lines up with that resist support flip as well. So absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. So I don't know, to me, Eng looks a lot like a lot of other altcoins, but Almost looks like it's lagging a week or two behind. And again, maybe there's nothing behind it. I have no idea what the team's up to or what the community's up to or anything like that. But that chart itself just looks beautiful to me. So just wanted to mention it. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to touch on. So obviously, my friends, none of this has been financial advice. Always do your own research, form your own opinions. But if you appreciated this video, please do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. If you want access to my favorite indicators, as well as access to the MDX Algo VIP Discord, where we discuss trading strategies and that sort of thing, as well as no KYC place to trade, I've got some links down below for some discounts and so on. And with that, I'm out. Stay safe, my friends. Peace.